Hello folks, welcome to an interview with the great Peter Tuitama. Hi Peter, how you going?
Hello, talofa and kia ora and kia ora.
I'd like to ask you, what are your plans for the rest of 2010?
Just trying to work on different projects instead of working on the same thing for a very long time. I've been doing a lot of teaching in the last few months, just training up new dancers, also heading on to the shows that I already have, but most importantly I'm doing a lot of more outside functions from where I used to, being on the cruises for the last 22 years. It's really nice to be out of the cage, so to speak.
Yes, Pete, you mentioned about working on the showboat cruise. What are your memories for the showboat cruises that when they are at their peak?
The boats were very, very busy. We had 6 boats running at one time, mainly in the weekends. During the week we're averaging 3 boats, so that's you're looking at a total of 1,000 people during the week. I had great pleasure working alongside a lot of great entertainers. A lot have come from home, in my own hometown, like my cousin Danny Whaiwhai and also Mr. Kevin Kepa, Paul Thompson, all the boys from Temperatures Rising there, made a name for themselves in Lower Hutt area. It was through Dean Harawira that I got to work on the cruises. He took me out of Wellington and we both went to Norfolk Island, where we performed together and did cultural shows. Not just cultural shows, but we grew together as musicians. Also being a close brother, he's doing wonders over here on the Gold Coast, Mr. Harawira. Also working alongside some of New Zealand's greats like Tuhi Tamoti and the likes of fine talents of Mr. Richie Saifaloi, Ben Gilgan. Some great talents there. All these guys are working with the big names of John Rolls and Randy Gare.
Yes, Pete. You mentioned that you were working with a few Polynesian entertainers as well, especially in the realm of Polynesian dancing and as well the cabaret shows. Can you mention some of the entertainers that you work with?
Oh yeah, of course. There's the likes of on the cruises. We have Bill and Lana. They've been with the cruises for a very long time. Bill and Lana, Nathan Porirua. Lana also being from Wainuiomata. They have their troupe with them and they perform pretty much 7 nights a week. With Mr. Terry Pera, Cook Island comedian with the Aborigine comedy show, something that was really popular on the cruises. Mr. Kamo Henry and Tiki Tuavera, Panapa, who is very popular in the islands there in South Stradbroke Island, where the cruises go during the daytime.
I hear that you got a live band which you have been fronting for quite a few years. It's called the In the Pocket. Can you tell us more about In the Pocket?
In the Pocket was formed probably 12 years ago. We all got together and been asked to do the Bourbon Bar. Bourbon Bar is a nightclub where during the busy time we had with the cruises, we managed to still do nightclubs after the cruise. So we've got the MD himself, the great Mr. Richie Saifaloi, who's the keyboard player vocalist, and alongside Mr. Werner Roberts, who also works as on the cruise as the drummer. Myself at the time was playing bass, and we had Kevin Kepa fronting the band at the time. But just in the last 5 years, we've been performing at the Avenue nightclub with the musicians on a Monday night, and that was very popular. The lineup then was myself on guitar, Richie on keyboards. We went through various changes with the drummers because of time, unable to do Monday nights. Started off with Werner Roberts. We ended up with Mr. Grant Pukerua, who was the latest drummer for the Herbs over in New Zealand, and he filled in. He's playing with us for regular functions now. Our keyboard lineup changed from time to time, from Richie to Ben Gilgan, also another popular musician here on the Gold Coast. He tours with John Rolls quite a bit. And of course Mr. Dean Harawira. So our circuit has always been very close, and we've been, like I was saying, worked along these great talents.